Go ahead and introduce it.
All right. What's up, everybody? This is Ain't That Vanessa TV. Got your girl Nessie here. And I'm sitting with my boy Lonnie. Y'all know him from Scenarios.
Yes, sir.
So right now we're going to talk about Amazon Prime's Them. If you have not seen it yet, go ahead and watch it. I'm mad you ain't even watch it yet, for real, for real. So let's get into it. What you think about it overall?
I say don't watch it.
Really?
I was telling people don't watch it. It's terrible. I mean, because we seeing it every day on TV. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, we don't need no more of it.
Yeah, I feel like, especially the segregation, like, topic shows and movies, it does make us feel like, damn, like, that's really how they were treating black people back in the day. Like, just because they're black?
And my favorite thing, I just hate being reminded that I'm black. And made me remember everything about being black, from the goods to the bads to the worstes, and obviously the traumatic moment. So I'm like, damn, why can't we just see something more a little like different and positive?
Different. Man, I'm telling everybody to watch it, because aside from, of course, the black trauma, the show was amazing. I mean, I think I stayed up until 5 a.m. and watched everything. The acting was amazing.
The acting was fire. I'll give them that.
Yeah, Deborah Ayo Rende. I do not want to chop her name up, but Deborah as Lucky, she did an amazing job.
Lucky was the main.
She is the black mother, yes.
Yeah,
and I mean, when I say that she was like the epitome of a black woman, a strong black woman.
She looked good on screen too. She looked really
beautiful,
good.
Beautiful. And so the character Betty Wendell.
Okay.
Now I know everybody hated her, but I loved her. I don't know if it was because of her acting. Shout out to Allison Pill. I mean, her smile every time she got pissed off. It was that.
So you like the art in it.
I love
the art in it. Okay, behind her character. Okay,
the art of it. I mean, she really took that character and made a lot of risk with that character. I think that she did an amazing job. She really took it there. Like,
she made me believe that she like
crazy,
really like this in real life. So I will give her that. Yes. The acting, the performances were amazing. They were so up to par. I can't even pinpoint anybody I didn't like.
Absolutely. Now, it's a few episodes that I want to talk about.
Okay.
If you can remember them. So episode 5 was the episode where the mother lost her son.
Where we see what happened?
Yes.
Okay. That white lady that was outside?
Yes, they played cat in the bag with this baby. And it kind of just resonated to me, like, because that was in episode 5, they broke in, raped her, killed the baby. And then towards the end of the episode, around 10, the other white men, the neighbors, broke into the house again. So it kind of made me feel like, damn, how many white people was breaking into black people's houses around those times just because they felt threatened, or they felt, I want to say, defensive about their it's crazy. Man,
it was like the length that these people were willing to go was so extreme. Like burning the grass and hanging up the dolls. I'm just like, damn, like, you know how bold you gotta be to say some of the stuff, like saying nigga and nigger was a more common thing back then. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more of an acceptable term that white people would use. So it's like, man, you know how strong black people gotta be? I know people make fun. Some people say like, oh, I ain't my ancestors, I'll beat your ass. But like, no. We gotta talk about what they endured. We talk about like mental trauma from the time they were born.
Absolutely. Because it's just like, this is on a show that we're watching.
Yeah.
But this is real shit that happened. They got a lot of people out of these neighborhoods in very vulgar ways, very horrible ways.
But it's funny because Compton is now known for being all black. So it's like funny to me that we see the inception of it, and then.
Did you see the episode where they talked about how Helen, the real estate agent, how they were having these white neighborhoods and moving one black family in time by time, and then eventually it'll be an entire black neighborhood. Yeah. So yes, that's crazy. Because at first you watching it, you're like, they're moving to East Compton. Yeah. Like, ain't Compton a little black right now? Yeah. Like, no, they gonna be good. They gonna be good. They gonna be good. They gonna be good. No, it's you see the transition and how things really happened back in the day. That's really crazy.
Man, that stuff all happened in 10 days. That's the craziest thing. Like that entire story took place in 10 days.
In 10 days.
It's like, 10 days. Damn. So you imagine like what? A year. You know?
Absolutely. If a family could even make it through a year, you know, and if they ended up selling the house, they were like in this horrible, like upside down type of thing with the money, the finances. So it's really hard to sell the house, and if they did, they wouldn't be getting any money back from it.
Yeah, yeah.
So another thing, go ahead.
You know what I'm thinking about is like I think what threw off the show in entirety is the fact that they tried to play on two sides of a coin that they shouldn't have. So they had us fighting white people, and then we were fighting these mythical things. Yes. So it was hard to follow the story because you were like, when they would meet another black person, it was like, what does this even mean? Yes. Because something weird would happen. Mm-hmm. But you're like, okay, so is she crazy or is she going crazy? Like, what are we saying
What are we saying? So then that brings me to episode 8, when they showed the coven and back in the day. I didn't even know what time. I don't think they even put a year to that. But it shows the community, and I was just like, hold on. Now, is this how you guys think slavery began? Because at first he welcomed them. The good book says to welcome your strangers as if it's the Christ itself, right? Okay. And then he read another passage that said to own your property, but not to overrule each other. And he said, oh, God brought them to be our property. And that's when you seen it started to flip. And I was kind of like, is this what the writers kind of thought? And Little Marvin is actually the creator and the writer of the show. And yes, I was kind of just like, okay, so I see that community burned down, and that ended up being East Compton and the house that the family lived in. Yeah. And that's what it was. And he was supposed to be like worshiping God, but I think it was the devil that told him to like hunt black people and make their lives crazy for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I'm just like, why did we add that?
It
just really solidifying the fact that like we'll never win. Even God isn't on our side. Like the supernatural forces aren't on our side.
I think they made the supernatural part of it to just have like another little thing like, well, white people think of y'all like this, and this is how it started. And you know how black people always say this is the slaves were taught Christianity just to control them. I think that they played all of that in there to see.
But then, like, what was the point of like the girl and the girl and her white friend, and then the teacher, Miss Verda, and then
because she wanted to be white. So I guess like the spirit.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to think of like what was the message? Like okay, so obviously, oh girl, that was the white version of herself.
See,
that would be the white version of herself. So she got to see herself on that side of it, but then she realized that she had to find beauty within herself. So she had to look within to find beauty in herself because she was looking for it in the skin color. I guess so. I figured that out.
I like that interpretation.
And then it makes sense. The guy, the dad, his character was shucking and jiving because he was doing blackface. So he had to shuck and jive at work. Like he had to play two sides of like code switching essentially.
Yes.
Damn, the mom, she was directly dealing with the devil damn near.
Yeah, I mean, she was already dealing with some trauma that we realized from episode 5 when she lost the baby. And that's why they ended up leaving North Carolina. So she was already messed up. She was already messed up. And then when they discovered the baby body in the box, the son's body at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, if that was my husband, you better not have called the cops on me. First of all, we gotta go. I don't know who. They actually didn't say who called the cops and why she ended up in the nut house.
That's why.
Yeah, nobody said anything, but I mean, they didn't show that. But man, I felt like she brought the baby with her because They were probably never going back to North Carolina. And that's her baby. She didn't want it. They bought a house. She probably wanted to bury that baby in the back of the house. And because things were happening, like you said, it was just only 10 days. She never got a chance to put that baby back there.
Yeah, I guess. I never even considered it, to be honest. Mm-hmm. That makes sense, though. You know, she wasn't ready to part ways with it, or you know,
that's what I feel.
As a metaphor.
I feel like it wasn't. It wasn't. You know, her actually being crazy. It was just like, no, I'm bringing my baby with us. So we buried him in the back of our house. We're going to bury him again. Though she could have said something to her husband if that's what she wanted to do. But overall, I mean, an amazing show for me, even though it definitely depicts Black trauma horribly. This is another show that I'm going to feel like, white people. White people. But, I was just showing you the two different strangers.
Yeah.
And another one with Joey Badass. If you guys have not watched it yet, I'm not gonna go tell you to watch it.
Kind of like a short film.
It is a short film. It's only like 30 minutes long. It's a Oscar nominee. So, I mean, if you want to go watch it, go watch it. But for me, I stopped watching it because...
Wait, this is nominated for an Oscar?
Yes. And
I know why. I know why.
You see why?
Yeah.
You see why? If you have not watched Two Different Strangers, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. For me, I couldn't finish it because it was just very triggering.
Damn, that's a whole little system they got set up.
It's extremely triggering, and I just feel like when it comes to, I can see what Black Hollywood is doing, or Hollywood altogether. When you're bringing police brutality to the front line, you put it on television so everybody could be aware. But everybody's not being aware because white people are not watching it. Do you think white people are watching these segregated slave?
I understand what they're doing.
Brutality.
What they're doing is they are controlling the awards, right? Mm-hmm. So if you think about the movies that always get in to the Academy Awards, it's always like Black trauma usually.
Absolutely.
The ones that have like been recent. So you do that, but you got all these Black movies that come out, but when you pick this one movie, then you send the message, because this is the highest award, you send the message to the rest of the community. This is what gets you on this stage with us. So then all the filmmakers are like, oh, we got to keep making this because that's what they want. We want to be on their stage. But then the people financing the films are white and they're influenced by these people, or are the same people. So they're like, no, we're not paying for that. We're only paying for what won last year. We're paying for like a Moonlight. We're paying for like a Precious. We're paying for like a this. This is another traumatic show, as opposed to like a funding something different of a Black person.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
I mean, you seen Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm thinking when I first started Two Different Strangers, I thought it was gonna be like a nostalgic, you know, just the 90s fun.
It's real good. It's fun.
Like,
it's real like cute little conversation.
It started off as a great day. Like, okay, what's going on? And then he goes outside and gets murdered. And then he wakes up and gets murdered again. And then he wakes up and gets murdered again. And I actually had to turn it off and watch the reviews for find out what actually happens or what's the point of it. Yeah. And I still don't see the point of it. I just see that in a week that I have to go on my phone and see Daunte Wright being murdered, and they got the George Floyd trial going on. I'm gonna call it the Derek Chauvin trial going on, and we're still, you know, mourning Breonna Taylor and a whole bunch of stuff. And then it's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna get off my phone. I'm gonna turn the TV on. Let's watch something. Okay, I'm gonna watch this movie.
People that look like you.
Yeah, let's watch this movie. Oh, police brutality.
Fuck. Like, damn. Like.
Yeah, if I want to watch something happy-go-lucky, it has to be, not saying that we're saying that we don't want to watch white projects. We just want to watch more projects that are like us, that can relate to us and be happy. And we still want to see things that...
We go through the same thing that people go through. We go through the same stuff. We deal with relationship problems, or we want to see superheroes. We want to see action heroes. All of this stuff. It's like, we don't want to see, oh my God, here he goes again. He's getting shot. Okay.
Like, can't stand white people. And I feel like not only like putting this stuff out is because Hollywood wants it. it's really tearing the divide between black people and white people, because we're watching things that's, I would say, it's kind of influencing us. I would say, to be more like, oh, you racially profiling me, or you this, that, or I don't like white people. It's really like making a divide between us, I feel like.
I would be okay with them making all this trauma stuff if they had good endings for us. Mm-hmm. They aren't ever good endings for us. It's just like what's that other movie, American Skin or Native Skin or whatever American it was, by Nate Parker. Mm-hmm. I'm like, a white dude killed your son, you hold him gunpoint, but then you let him go, you forgive him, and then you die. It's like we never get any resolve. So even if we're gonna see it on TV, damn, at least let us get a moment where we're like, yes, that's a good ending.
Okay, John Q, now that was a good ending.
Yeah, Get Out was a good ending. Yeah. But all the stuff they've been putting out lately is like, okay, well, all right, well, okay, there's no silver lining here. Okay, it's just like, okay. But it's just the same thing over and over. So it's like, damn, can we win? Can we start winning at least? Like, damn, if we not gonna get all these movies that we just said, like, can we at least just win? Like, that's it. You know, we still in movies for like, T.I. was like a token black dude in a action movie. That was a sci-fi movie. Yes. He died all in 10 minutes. Him and Making Good. I'm like, damn.
Oh, really?
We can't last more than half the movie?
Right.
Still? You know what I'm saying? My nigga Tip, a rapper. Like, people know him. It's not like he's like, it's like, damn.
Yeah, I feel like even with horror on or thrillers or psychological thrillers, when it comes to black people, I mean, like, Netflix, please stop giving us movies that have to do with like stalkers and lovers, because they not good, and that don't really happen in the black community. Like, talk about
the Michael Ealy, the Michael Ealy under the bed,
the Omar Epps and Nia Long. No,
that's
I
not
don't
a
know
thing.
Who casted that? That was horrible.
It's actually not a thing at all. Like, black people don't even stalk. Like, it's not even a thing. You like what? Like, it's not even. Now that I think about it, like, we don't do that. Like, I've known guys that have had serious infatuations. It's never been that. Like, it's never been like, I'm in your spot underneath the bed breathing.
When I'm creeping.
Like, it's never like, that.
It's never like that.
Man,
I just want them to, really hear us. And I've seen some tweets this week too that was just like, can we stop with the black trauma? Black trauma is the conversation right now. We gotta stop with it.
Got to.
Marsai Martin, the young black little lady, Marsai Martin. She has her, shout out to her. She's doing her thing right now at a very young age with her production company and all her projects coming out. So I'm very proud of her. And she says that in her project, she doesn't want any black pain, because everybody's putting projects out there. So she has a no black pain rule.
Hey, shout out to her.
Shout out to her. But it's more so, she has a project coming out about sickle cell. And that's dope, because we go through that.
Yeah, we definitely do. That's a black disease.
That's a black disease. So when you want to bring attention to black people, I would just say
just to be politically correct, it affects a heavily black population.
So I just feel like they just need to give us things that we can enjoy. Give us things that we can escape from. When we watch television, we want to escape from our real world. Yeah. Be able to relate, but still escape, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. To suspend the viewer's disbelief. So we just are there immersed, and we not. Yeah. It's a release. That's all. It's always been an outlet. People have looked at movies, television, all that stuff as an outlet. Especially now, how we consume media nowadays. It's just give me as much as you got. So we got to be careful, because we keep putting these bad things in us. Nothing's good gonna come from that. And even reality TV is very like. And it already affected us. It messed up the black culture even more.
Completely. I absolutely agree. But we do have some things that are they're putting the black things that we need to know, segregation and stuff like that. Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was a great project. Yeah. Even though it was still dealt with that time.
Yeah. It was a little hard, but I think the fact that we was like on this mythical like thing
journey,
I kind of liked it. It was hard to watch at first, because I was like, why is this so awkward for me? It's because we're not used to seeing black people in like Indiana Jones mixed with Harry Potter. Right. But I liked it. I was like, this is
fire.
Nice.
Like it was amazing work of art. And they're talking about like how them has similarities. Get Out, the Jordan Peele's projects. Honestly, I feel like if you're gonna put this type of projects out, if you're gonna put out Black trauma, definitely put some little spice into it, make it original, give us something that we can really feel like, wow, like we're on a ride, but not on a horrible, traumatic, tragic ride.
You know, that was a limited series.
Yeah.
It's over. They're not even
bringing nothing back. Ain't no tick.
I was like, what? Oh man, that hurt my heart. I think we could petition for them to keep it going. I think she kind of left it a little open. Mm-hmm. She could do some stuff with the storyline. She can,
or they could change it up completely and bring everybody back.
Or it could just be a thing where it just follows a different family. You know what I'm saying? It could be like what's Horror Story or one of them shows? American Horror Story. They do that where every season is like a new.
It's different, but yeah, it has the same cast, but it's just like a different.
Yeah.
I will say, one show that I was really hoping that came back or got renewed, Underground.
I didn't get into it. That was the
slavery.
Yeah, I didn't get into it.
Really, I think it was amazing. Great acting. Storyline was dope because it really didn't feed into like, yo, the black people in the storyline, they were really fighting back. It was great because we're rooting for them and they're winning and they're still going through these little things on the plantation, but it was a great project.
No, I never.
Great project.
It was how many seasons did they do?
Only 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. I never
only 2, and then it got canceled.
I think because I found out it was slaves, and I was just like, anytime I hear slaves and like period pieces, honestly, like if you say that anything is a period piece, I automatically don't want to watch it because I know we're gonna revert to one of 3 times. It's gonna be the early 80s, like 70s and 80s, or it's gonna be the civil rights, or it's gonna be slavery. So I'll just be like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I wonder what period pieces would look like, 20 years from now when they doing period pieces on the 2020s. We would say 40 years from now or something.
It's gonna be the same. They're gonna be talking about how it's gonna be black people getting killed, and then the whole marching and stuff. That's gonna be the stories that they're gonna be telling.
Yeah.
So how much? I guess it's really up to us at this point right now to say that we are committed to evolving black cinemas so far in the next 30 years of work, I would say.
Absolutely.
Because that's my goal now.
I think that everybody's pretty much getting tired of it. And because we're getting tired of it, we are creating, a different lane for us to really enjoy. And that's it's going to win. It's going to win. I love what Issa Rae is doing right now. She's not even going that route. She's making, funny things for us that we can relate to.
Yeah, the community going to hold her down for a minute. Because she's still authentic. She's still like, got her true black self.
That's my idol, so Issa girl, one day.
Shout out to her. I love that fact about her.
Yeah, well, thank you, Lonnie. So y'all, every show that we talked about, watch it, don't watch it, drop your thoughts, comments, concerns, all of that. Drop it down there, let us know what you're feeling, if you agree with us at all about what we said. And I got the shirts, hold on. Black stories aren't tragedies. It's going to be a link. Go ahead and get you one.
Copy
bunch of different colors. Yes.
Copy it too.
Yeah. Copy it too.